Hey, what's up, everybody? Jared here,
Christian as well.
and welcome to another episode of Ohio Guys Talk Anime, the only anime news podcast hosted by the Ohio Guys. You can find us on YouTube / the Ohio Guys, and we're actually now on SoundCloud today as well. Finally got that set up. Um, Hopefully, we're going to be on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play here in the near future as well. I've been working on getting all of that set up. Um, That's been quite the process. I spent like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours trying to figure everything out, how that all works and everything today. So that was fun. But we've got a ton of news to come at you with today. Um, I know you've taken a look at the notes that I took, Christian, and you saw how much there is.
Yeah, because that's the last attempt we tried to do this. Now it's accumulated.
Right, yeah, we had a couple technical difficulties, but we're back. We just did our Anime Boston special last week, and now we're on to another main episode here. But anyways, let's dive right into it. Uh, I think we'll kick it off with a slight sad note here. The manga writer for High School of the Dead passed away this last week, um, which that's quite unfortunate for any fans of the show, or the manga, or any of his other work as well. I know he's done quite a few things. I know the show was pretty big at one point. It's probably one of the biggest shows that Sentai had for like 3 or 4 years at one point, I'd say. But Daisuke Sato, he passed away on March 22nd at 52 from heart disease. So that was some sad news to hear. It was rather unfortunate. I don't know if you're a fan of the show, Christian, but I did enjoy it for at least for what it was.
No, I did. I mean, it was fun. Like when I first saw the show back around like 2011, like I found by pure chance. I just went to YouTube one day and I just typed in anime high school zombies, and High School of the Dead was the first thing that popped up, and I dived right into that show. And you know what? It's been what 6 years later, and then we find out that the creator of the show just dies. And 53. I mean, that's still like halfway through life, and it's crazy losing someone that's creative, that and just dying so suddenly.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that was probably one of the two, like maybe 3 or 4 shows that actually got me back into anime around 2000. I want to say 2009ish, 2010 was when I really got back into anime again from
Oh,
the Toonami days when I watched it on there a lot. Um, I just I had a free Netflix subscription at the time, and I was just finding stuff to watch on there, and that was on there at the time. That's when they still carried a couple Sentai shows on there, and I checked that one out, and I thought it was awesome. I mean, the theme song was. I thought that was one of the best parts of the entire show. It really got you pumped for every episode, and I
hmm
really enjoyed the story. Um, Even though the fan service wasn't my favorite aspect of it, but I still really enjoyed the show for what it was, and it's really sad that he has passed on.
hmm Yeah, it was a different show. I
Definitely
mean,
was.
yeah, we could talk about all that were fair moments of the show, but I think we should save that for a different time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anyways, on to some more exciting news. One Punch Man second season's in production.
Hell yeah, indeed.
I know. I absolutely cannot wait for this. I'm a massive fan of the show. Instantly loved it. Um, I know the North American releases are coming out here in a couple weeks now, and I can't wait for to get my copy of that.
Yep, been waiting here for what, more than a month.
Right, yeah.
I pre-ordered it the moment I saw. I'm like, yep, that's mine.
Oh, I did the exact same thing. As soon as you showed it to me, I was like, "Yep, I need to own this. I need this in my life." Instantly pre-ordered that. I
It was
cannot
cheap
wait for
too.
that. Oh yeah, the premium edition was a really good deal. It was like $52 or $53. That was it, which is not bad at
Was it?
all.
No, okay.
But super excited for that. I'm guessing since it's in production now, we'll probably see it in the fall or winter,
Mm-hmm.
one of the two. I'm hoping fall.
Same.
Really hoping it's gonna be the fall. Um, but onwards with the news. Uh, our Kantai collection from Funimation is going to be coming out on Blu-ray and DVD on June 27th. I don't know if you know much about those ones, but it's where the girls are ships. Uh, there's a couple different types of those shows. This is probably easily the best one out of the bunch. It's quite entertaining. All the girls have names of the famous ships from, or I should say, Japanese ships from World War II, is what it is. I don't know if you've,
Okay.
yeah,
I
it's
I actually have seen a few, what you call it, pictures on social media. It's actually thanks to Christina Marie Kelly. I believe this is one of her first few Funimation shows she started to do work for. She's mostly
I think it's her
Sentai.
first actually.
Say again?
I'm pretty sure it's her first show that she's in from Funimation
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That's why I
because
say
they just
one of her.
started revealing the cast for it.
Yeah. So I want to say kudos to her for making this her first you know role at Funimation.
Right,
Because obviously she began at Sentai with her first show being Love Chunubyo season 2, and then Akame got killed right afterwards. So yeah, I mean, I think I'll be looking forward to this show just to see what the show is all about.
right. And I'm really curious about the dub cast. I don't know how much they've revealed so far yet. That's probably something I should look into. But
Mhm.
hopefully it has a decent, pretty good cast because I know it's very. I don't know if it's very popular, but I know it's definitely popular enough to warrant the dub.
Mhm.
Also, Food Wars news, which I always love more Food Wars news, though I wish I would get news on the dub. Fingers crossed it's going to come out in August now, because I think Food Wars is the last show that Sentai said they were going to dub last year that they haven't announced yet. I'm pretty sure they've
Mm.
announced every other single one, so hopefully we're going to be getting that soon. But the news is there's going to be a new OVA released in July 4th's volume of Food Wars. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still waiting for like any possible limited edition or premium edition for this anime.
Right, that's what I'm definitely looking forward to, but I'm also looking forward to watching this OVA as well. I love anything Food Wars. Um, hopefully, there's going to be another season at some point. Um, I was really had wished the second season would have been a 25 episode core instead of just 12 or 13 episodes that it was. So
Now
that
you're
was,
spoiling things for me.
yeah, I wish it would have been longer, but the OVA will be nice to see as well. So we got that. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh yes, Fate Killiad. There's a new movie coming out this summer. So any fans of the Fate universe, I know you are, Christian. I don't know if you're
Hmm.
a big fan of this adaptation of the universe because it's a little uh,
I
different,
mean, I,
to say the
I enjoy.
least.
I know. I enjoy it for what it is. I mean,
Right, right, yeah.
I
It's
still I still want to know exactly why the universe exists. That's my only reasoning for watching this show. I'm always waiting for like why is it like this? I enjoy how they almost bring back most of the characters from the original Fate Stay Night. But no, this is a very completely different show in so many ways.
100% different. I watched the first two seasons of it. And I'm pretty sure I'm a season behind, if not two seasons at this point. I think it has like 4 seasons now or something, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Something
I
crazy
just
like that.
I finished the third the it's called 3 Re
Yeah,
back in the summertime. I finished that a while ago.
Yeah, I think I
Was
started 2 and I didn't finish that one. I think that was the second season. I think I got most of the way through that and stopped watching for one reason or another.
yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping how they're going to conclude this whole universe side.
I
Like I said,
I have
it's
no
very
idea because I'm
interesting.
so behind on it.
I won't spoil. I'll spoil nothing for you. Just
I was gonna say you can spoil it all you want because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to catch up on it.
if you're waiting for Gilgamesh, you will be pleased.
Oh, okay, neat.
I'll
That's
leave
all I
it
need to
at
hear.
that.
In other news, there's some small ReZero news that's happened in the last 2 weeks or so. They released the cover for the 12th light novel, which is pretty interesting. Um, it has, I don't remember her name, but it has the assassin from the first few episodes that kept killing Subaru. I don't remember her name,
Oh, Rem.
unfortunately. No, no, not Rem. The assassin person girl with the blades. Yeah.
The one who disembows people.
Yes, her.
Yeah, I forget her name
She's on
too.
the cover, and there's also the Witch of Lust.
I
she's not on the cover, but they announced some character art for her.
oh okay. No, the name escapes me. So
It
I,
escapes me as well, but that's on there, and that's exciting that there's still more content coming out for that. Still fingers crossed for a second season because I loved that first season. That show was such a dark horse for me, and it more than exceeded any expectations I could have possibly had for it.
yeah. Do we already talk about how there was a crossover between ReZero and Konosuba?
No, no, that's actually what I was just about to get to. There's
Oh,
the
okay.
crossover that they've done, an
That's
88
what
page supplement.
that's what I've been waiting for this whole ReZero business. But yeah, I mean, I'll take it from here. I've been keeping up with Konosuba. The last second season just ended like a few weeks ago. But I think it's interesting how like a crossover has happened. And I think I've mentioned this before, like when we're just chatting with ourselves, how we don't see many crossovers, in anime. It's kind of like a rare thing. Well, I mean, we've had like Carnival Phantasm with Fate Stay Night and Dunnodachi Tsukihime. We've had that one, I think one episode show where they had like One Piece and Dragon Ball Z. I forgot the other show, but like they were together.
There was Toriko was with it as well.
Oh yeah, Toriko. Yeah, I forgot that one. Yeah, Toriko. And then I know they had a crossover between Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and some other. I'm not sure it was an anime, but I think it's more of like a manga. But it's just it's really rare just seeing crossovers, and ReZero and Konosuba is just a interesting chemistry because they're both different shows with different genres, and for them to collaborate like this, it just piques a lot of people's interests. I know it's really piqued mine, so it'd be interesting on like how they're going to make a story out of this, in which direction they're going to go with the characters. So that's something that I really want to check out if I do get the chance.
Oh yeah, it's something I would like to definitely check out as well because Konosuba is one that I've been slowly getting through. But ReZero I absolutely loved, and I'd love to see the crossover. I believe it's Amelia that's in Konosuba's world, so I'm 100% sure it's gonna be like all comedy for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, they have to like we've seen ReZero. We know there's no comedy in that part.
Well, there's comedy usually at
Well,
Subaru's
like,
expense, but
but we know how the whole world
right, it gets super dark.
in so many ways. So I'm like, yeah, it's best if Konosuba stay clear from that aspect of ReZero.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I'm still waiting for these two shows to get picked up by someone and get dubbed.
I honestly cannot believe that nobody's picked up the license for either one because they're so popular. It really does not make sense, especially ReZero. Like I know Konosuba's almost just as popular, but ReZero was like a phenomenon last year, and it's still hugely popular. Like I'm constantly seeing new figures coming out, just new artwork all over the place, and everything like that. I
Hmm.
just can't believe that nobody's picked it up to dub it yet.
Yeah, especially like ReZero, like it's been made by White Fox, and we know them from their creation of Steins Gate.
Right, that was a fantastic show.
Hmm. And yeah, just I'm surprised like it's really that hard to get ReZero or Konosuba.
I don't
Uh,
think it would be, but who knows? I don't know like the details behind the scene that goes into picking up a dub.
yeah, me neither. Again, I think these two are just worthy,
Right.
to be picked up.
And maybe they
I'm
will
per
be. I mean, we still got a couple big conventions coming up this year. We got
Yeah,
Anime Central and we got Expo to come still, and Otakon. So
I will
maybe
say
there will be
this.
an announcement at one of those.
Yeah, any company that picks up these shows, they're going to have fun working on these shows.
Oh
I can tell
yeah.
you that right now. There's no way that they're gonna dislike this.
And it
Unless Re
honestly, go
unless
ahead.
ReZero is too gritty for them, I can see them, just losing their composure. In
I don't.
Konosuba, it's really there. Like the comedy it's really set up for them. It's like it's begging for like any other country to dub it and just let loose when it comes to the humor.
Right. I don't think anybody would pass up on because ReZero is gritty. But it also wouldn't surprise me if it's announced at one of those three big conventions this year by one of the companies.
Yeah.
That honestly seems like the perfect place for one of them to say, "Hey, we've picked up this title and we're gonna dub it." So that wouldn't
I hope
surprise
so.
me one bit if that happens this year.
Yeah.
Anyways, probably my personal favorite part of the news for this episode: No Game, No Life movie confirmed. It's coming out in July, and there's a teaser trailer already for it. And oh my
Nice.
god, I lost it. This is top five, one of my favorite animes. So anytime there's anything that pops up with No Game No Life, I'm all over it. And this just absolutely like made my year so far. Like fingers crossed. I'm hoping they're going to announce a second season after this movie because this is a prequel movie. So I feel like it can set up the next season quite well. So hopefully there'll be some news after the fact on that one.
Right.
But that
Yeah, I
was
mean,
awesome watching the trailer. Did you watch it yet?
no, please
Oh
spoil
my
nothing for
gosh.
me. I gotta. I mean,
You need to watch it. It's so
I
good.
know I do. I'm about to probably. I might watch it after this podcast is over.
I would. It's only a few minutes long. I think it's only
Yeah.
like 2 minutes or something, but it's excellent and I cannot wait. That's probably the thing I'm most excited for anime wise this entire year.
Yeah.
Easily that or the guy who wrote No Game No Life has a new anime that's debuting this week or next week.
Oh, nice.
Clockwork Planet. So I'm really looking forward to that as well, and hopefully that'll be just as good. I don't think it's been announced for any streaming sites yet, so fingers
Yeah, it's too
crossed.
early.
Hopefully that one gets announced because I really want to watch it. But anyways, what else do we got here? Hellgirl has a new season coming out. It's gonna have 6 new episodes and 6 reminiscence episodes. So that's pretty neat. I mean, you get 6 brand new episodes of Hellgirl. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the 6 reminiscence episodes because that's 6 episodes just going over stuff that's already happened, which
Right.
is whatever. But still exciting nonetheless. That could always lead into another full season of it, which would be pretty exciting. Also, Right Stuff announced about 2 weeks ago that they are going to release Mobile Suit Gundam Wing on Blu-ray and DVD this year.
Oh yeah, that's another big topic. The whole Gundam Wing finally making it to the Blu-ray side.
Right, and I think the only advantage of having it on Blu-ray is just so you can watch more episodes without having to change the discs, because that show is so old. Like they can remaster it all they want, but obviously it's never going to be Blu-ray quality. But regardless, I'm excited for that release. That's a show I don't have in my collection yet, and I would love
Hmm.
to add.
Yeah, that's one thing about Gundam. Yeah, it's just it was avoiding like the whole Blu-ray for the longest time, and finally we get the chance to get it on Blu-ray.
I know I'm super excited for that. Also, there's a Batum online smartphone game coming out for Android and OS or iOS this year. Um, and the implications with that is if it makes it into the top 5 domestic app sales ranking, the creator of the manga and the anime and the game said he will greenlight a new season of the show. So any Batum
Nice.
fans out there, download the game as soon as it comes out, and then hopefully enough people do it, and you get a second season, which would be really cool because I really enjoyed the first season for the most part. It had its moments where it got a little weird, but I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I was waiting for more like after the last episode, and then like okay, it's me more. I'm like, nope. I'm like, huh? Why? It's just so abrupt or sudden just for the way it ended.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
yeah,
otherwise,
fingers crossed we get a second season of that one. That would be really cool to get.
yeah, more would be awesome.
Also, last week or the week before, we got some new visuals for the new season of Berserk coming out this week. Um, and it looks like they might be steering away from the 3D rendering versions of the first season, which honestly would be a huge welcome because that was my only problem with the show at all. I really enjoyed the season, just the animation was complete garbage. Uh, did you watch it at all?
I have not had the chance.
Oh, you need to go back and do it. It's the story's still fantastic,
Hmm.
and I know you're a huge fan of Berserk.
How yeah I am.
Um,
I'm also collecting the manga too as well.
right. I believe there's I believe I
The next
saw
chapter.
actually, yeah, the next chapter's coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, I still got pre-order that.
Nice. That's exciting.
Hmm.
But I'm super excited for that show to come back. That's just here in just a couple days. By the time this airs, though, it'll already be out because this isn't going up until the 10th of April. So that's pretty exciting as well. Especially if they go away from that 3D rendering because it was something awful. We also got some pretty big news from Sentai in the last couple weeks. I know we just went over a bunch of it from our Anime Boston special, but there's still stuff they announced the week before that we still haven't gotten to go over. Um, we already talked about Frame Arm Girls. That one's they licensed it. That's going to be an Anime Strike exclusive. They also licensed Adam the Beginning and Sword. Okay, I'm gonna probably butcher this. Oratoria. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon on the side? I think I got that name right. But I believe, let's see, Frame Arm Girls and Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon on the Side? Those are both going to be Amazon Anime Strike exclusives. So that was pretty interesting. Um,
Yeah, it's so sudden. I'm gonna say that right now. It was so quick.
Right. This kind of just came out of nowhere where Sentai's like, well, most of our simulcasts are going to be Anime Strike exclusives now. I think all
Hmm.
but one that they've announced so far are Strike exclusives, which I don't I don't know a ton about Strike. I've looked into it vaguely. I know that they've have a ton of shows on there now, and they're constantly adding more. And it's like you have to have a Prime membership to Amazon, and then it's an extra $5 on top of that a month, which really I don't think is that bad for the amount of content you get. You
Hmm.
get I know the huge library of shows they already have on there, plus all the simulcasts now, and plus whatever they continue to add on there, which is really cool. I know it's something that I have to pick up now because of the simulcasts, because I definitely want to check out most of the ones that Sentai is going to be putting on there this year. So that's pretty cool. Um, what are your thoughts on Anime Strike, Christian?
I'm not too familiar about it. In fact, I'll tell you the truth. I did not know until MA Strike until I heard the news. I know, right?
Right.
I don't know, just with the whole streaming services, because you know me. I'm not a big streamer like most people are. I like having my physical DVDs if I can, or if I'm on Netflix or if I'm on Hulu, then yeah, because it's a bit more convenient and someone else is paying for it and not me. So there's that. But yeah, with the whole MA strike, I might just have to take a look at it and see what they have in stock. See if they have any shows that I might check out.
Right. That's it's something I definitely want to check out because I already have my Crunchyroll subscription. I've had that for probably I don't know 4 or 5 years now. I'd say something like that. And then I'd like to add this one on top of it just because there's a bunch of different shows I'd like to check out. But I thought it was interesting that Sentai's getting back into the simulcast uh, game. I should say that's probably the best way to put it. Because I think the last year and a half or so, I know they had shows and they would announce them and everything, and they've had some good shows. Like they've had, what was it last season? They had Flip Flappers, which is excellent. I'm pretty sure that was them. God,
Yep,
I hope that was them, right?
yep, since I
Yes.
have Flip Flappers.
Okay, good. I didn't want to fuck that up. But they had Flip Flappers, and that show's really good. I just started that one a couple weeks ago. I'm slowly starting to catch up on it. But it's really nice to see them being more adamant about their simulcast shows now, because that hasn't been something they've been extremely adamant about the last couple years.
Yeah,
Besides like a
definitely.
few shows here and there, I think the one year they had Umaru-chan and Food Wars at the same time, and they were constantly tweeting about those shows. But it's nice to see them stepping up their game more and more every year, I should say.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Also, Sentai's July 2007 release slate came out. And oh boy, did we have some good stuff coming out in July. There's Gachimon Fighter Complete Collection. Unfortunately, they're not dubbing that one. That one's just going to be in Japanese with subtitles. They have Time Jam, Valerian, and Loreen or Loreline Complete Collection. I honestly don't know anything about that. I don't even know what it is. I
Yeah, me
unfortunately,
neither.
yeah, I have no clue what it is, but it's in English. Um, and it didn't say Japanese or anything on it, so I don't know if it's even from Japan. It might be something completely different.
Oh, the Time Jam.
Yeah, Time Jam.
Yeah. Oh, it's French.
Oh, it's French. Okay, okay, that makes more sense then.
I'm
Uh,
surprised there's no French subtitles either.
yeah, they
That'd be
didn't
interesting.
show any on there, but it'd be hard to imagine that they wouldn't have them on there since that's where it's from. But
Yeah.
we're also getting a Rinny season 2 complete collection, and then the big ones: Gate, Monster Masumi, coming out in
Yep.
July. Super excited for those. They're doing two awesome looking premium collector's editions along with their regular Blu-ray and then DVD editions as well. That both of those mostly Monster Masumi for myself, but the Gate collection looks super cool. Um, it's like an ammo box that it's packed into, and just comes with a whole bunch of goodies. Same with Monster Masumi. I know these are shows that we've been waiting quite a while for. Part of the dubs that Sentai announced at Expo last year that they were going to do.
Yeah, what? It'll be almost like close to a year since they announced it. Like that was a big thing. Like since 2016 was slipping away, it's like there was no news until finally 2017 broke out. Then they started like announcing everything like there was no tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah, this is. I thought it would be a lot sooner than it was, because since they announced at Expo that these are the shows that they're going to be dubbing, I was expecting, oh, well, they must be coming out with these fairly quick then. And unfortunately, there's been quite or somewhat of a delay on them. But I'm just excited that they're finally getting out there, and it will be actually exactly a year in July when these come out, or probably a little bit over a year, because I'm not sure the exact date in July, but I know Expo's always in like the first week of July.
Gotcha.
So I'm super excited for those. Um, Probably going to pick up the Gate one. Not 100% on that one. The collection's super cool looking, so I want to get that one, but I'm definitely going to get the Monster Masumi. I watched that one when it was simulcast, and I can't wait for it. It was hilarious and just a weird show. So I'm super excited for that one. Um,
Mhm.
Also, what we forgot to talk about in our Anime Boston special was that Sentai actually premiered the first episode of Anonymous Noise at Anime Boston,
Oh yeah, it's another one. Yeah,
which is
almost
really
forgot about that.
cool that the first episode of a subbed simulcast show appeared in the US. Like, how cool is that? That's not something that really happens that often or really at all. Like, the Japanese version didn't air first. Like, how cool is that, Christian? I think that's
Sounds pretty.
awesome personally.
Well, it sounds pretty cool. Well,
Oh,
especially the way you said it.
yeah, like it debuted here, which is awesome. Like that just goes to show you like how big the industry has gotten in the US and how big and how many fans are here now when the Japanese shows start debuting here.
Hmm.
It's that's absolutely huge in my mind.
Big milestone, I would say.
Oh, 100% a big milestone. But that was about it for all the news. I know it was quite a bit to go over there
Yeah,
in a short amount of time, and we still have our winter shows we need to talk about too.
yeah, I know. Phew.
I know. This is gonna be
Uh,
quite the episode. Um, but you mentioned Konosuba. Did you end up finishing the second season?
I did actually. It was a really good show. I mean, at first I was losing faith in the beginning of the season, but then it started coming back in full circle. I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to enjoy this again. But for me, I'm still hoping for more. Like hell, I'm waiting for like a season three or even a movie, just something to just continue the series a bit longer.
Right. I know. Last week, I guess I'm assuming that's when the last episode was, last week or the week before. After
I think
that,
the
I
week
started
before.
seeing memes about it, about no season three announcement yet, which is unfortunate. But it seems like a extremely popular show, and that it'll probably get a season three.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe this is like almost like a parody from some of the past fancy type of shows that take place in like the Middle Ages, with swords, guilds, all that stuff. I mean,
Kind of a more comedy take on um, being stuck in another universe type of shows like ReZero
yeah.
or Sword Art
Hmm.
or Dot Hack, even. Log Horizon, because Log Horizon
In the
had it had a good amount of comedy, but it also had quite a bit of serious moments. I know Konosuba, from what I've watched of it, does not have serious moments.
Yeah, fun little trivia about Konosuba. It was created by the by Studio Dean, the ones that did the first version of Fate Stay Night.
Interesting.
Because it's fun. One of the characters named Darkness is basically the parody of Saber.
Hmm.
But again, I'm not sure you've seen it, but it's Darkness. God damn it! It's just they made her masochistic.
Yikes.
So yeah, I'll let you put that image in your head.
Yeah, I can see that. What was your final opinion on the second season, though? Then.
Mm, it was a passing. What do you call it? Like I give it a pass. Like I recommend anyone to check this show out. From season one and season two, because they would anyone would definitely be interested. It has to do with like the comedy aspect that really like works well with the show.
Right.
And I think I guess the world itself, because you can tell like it's different than what we've seen like other shows you mentioned like Sword Online, The Hack, ReZero. They got their own style. They got their own world. They got their own monsters, their own characters. Everything
Right.
is like their it's their own universe, and they're not trying to copy anyone or be a cookie cutter from another show. They're trying to doing all they're showing the audience like what's different about this world, and that's something I really appreciate for any anime to do. But yeah, that's my take on Konosuba.
Very nice. Um, Sounds like you enjoyed this season more than I did for the most part already. Then.
Yeah, I mean we've
um,
talked this not off camera, but off to ourselves and on the little conversations. But that's why I say like this show it deserves to get picked up by one of the American companies and to get dubbed. It really deserves a place in my shelf. In all honesty.
right. Um, I didn't have as much luck this season. There's probably only two shows that I really enjoyed. One
Hmm.
one was okay. One was just bad. Um, I don't want to talk bad about a show, but it was garbage to put it lightly. Handshakers. Um, oh, where can I even start with this one? The animation, even though is 100% computer drawn, it was really pretty. I will say that the color is very vibrant. The colors are great. Um, the story just was all over the place. Like the plot just was not there. It was flimsy at best. The concept seemed cool at first. Um, uh, that there's these people they're fighting for essentially a wish from God to be that they can have granted. Um, but there was just the pacing was just not there with this one, unfortunately. Like they would just randomly fight other teams. Like it really just came out of nowhere, and it just didn't like you didn't get attached to the main characters. They were just kind of there, and they were just
Phew.
you never really got like a great idea of what they were fighting for, if that makes sense.
It
Like
does in a bad way.
I know the main character was fighting so the girl that he was paired up with wouldn't die because if she didn't hold his hand for so many hours or something, she could potentially die, or if she didn't get the wish granted, she could die. But like there was no
I
reason
could
for them to be instantly connected. They in like the second episode, they had hints that it might have been his sister. That's how he felt like it could have been, and that was just weird. But it
Yeah.
wasn't, and then I don't know, like
I sense
it
plot holes already.
yeah, it just wasn't there. Like I really wanted to come into the show and enjoy it, and I was just super disappointed with what I got in return. I did stick it out until the end, um, because I wanted to see if it did pick up at all. And usually, like, I'll give a show 3 to 4 episodes at most, and if it's not better, I usually drop it. But I wanted to finish this one so I could actually give a good opinion on it, and it was just bad. There's really nothing else I can say about it. It was just not a good show. Plot holes were there. Storyline wasn't good. The when they tried to be funny, it just didn't come across funny. Like I don't know what else to say about it. Just wasn't a good show, unfortunately. Um, and another show I watched, Masamune Kun's Revenge. Oh my gosh, I loved it until the last episode.
Oh boy.
This show was so good, but it just ended on like the worst cliffhanger. Essentially, it essentially ended how it started for the most part.
No,
And
please, no.
yeah, which and it needs a second season, but it's in anime. You never know if a show's going to get a second season because it could just be like one of those shows where they just have the one season and then they just are like, well, you can go and read the manga if you want to find out what happens. And I absolutely hate that when they use an anime just to promote the manga. It drives me nuts because I really enjoyed the character development of the show. The show was mostly a comedy for the most part, but it had some really intense feels moments here and there as well. Like the main character, Masamune, um, I know we've talked about the premise of the show. He's trying to get revenge on a girl who essentially broke his heart, but you find out at the end of the show it was just a misunderstanding of some sort. She actually had feelings for him as well. And then all these years later, he comes back. He was a fat little kid. He comes back in incredible shape. He's the quote unquote hot guy at his school now. And he's trying to just date her so he can break up with her and break her heart. And so many times it's like it like almost gets to that point where like it feels like they're going to be a couple. Like it feels like that he actually might have feelings for her. She might have feelings for him, and then she just turns into super bitch mode, um, and shuts him down or plays some sort of prank. Like the last scene in the show, um, or in the last episode, he goes on. They're in a play for one of their like a fall festival of sorts that they do in Japan, and they were in the same or in the class. Two of the classes were competing against each other in the show to to find out who put on the better play. For whatever reason, they decided to do that because they both came up with the same idea somehow. It was Snow White, and then um, there's a kid that comes in about the 11th episode of the show, 10th or 11th episode of the show, that's like supposed to be promised to be wearing or promised to marry the girl. Um, and he's supposed to play the prince, but he gets locked into a room by one of the other characters, and then he goes to save the day. Um, when he was sick, he had, or Masamune Kun, I should say, goes to save the day. He had a fever and kind of made it more of a little bit more of a comedy. He ended up kissing her at the end to wake her up from the spell since it was Snow White. She ate the poisoned apple. But anyways, at the end of the last episode, like she asks, she's like thankful that he came and saved the day, and then the only thing he asked in return was a kiss from her, and then instead it looks like that's what's gonna happen, and then the main character's maid, or that she grew up with, shoves like a piece of food in his mouth because she shows up at the last minute, or Araki, or I can't think that's her name, Araki. I can't remember exactly now, but shoves a piece of food in his mouth, and that's pretty much the end of the show. So it left a lot of room for a second season, but it also left a lot to be desired because it felt like it should have just been a 12 episode show, to be honest. That's what it felt like it
Right.
should be. It doesn't feel like there should be a second season because I don't know if I would want another 12 episodes of this show. Even though I really did enjoy it, I thought it was really
Well,
good, but I just don't know if another 12 I could watch another 12 episodes of it because it was that type of a show where it felt like 12 episodes should conclude the story, but it didn't. And that's always disappointing because that was actually my favorite thing of this season until that last episode. And I was like, oh, well, this sucks. Like, it just left like a hole. Like, this winter season of anime has just been meh. It really has been just meh. It's has not been good. Um, I know we were both watching Siren, and that one was. I think that's enjoyable for what it is.
yeah.
I did you end up finally finishing it?
No, I had issues with Crunchyroll because I tried watching one point,
Gotcha.
and yeah, I think it's because of the little traffic issue they're having. I think
Oh
that's why.
yeah, yeah. I hate that. Kept me from watching some shows this past weekend, which was
Yeah, so I haven't
unfortunate. I hope they get their server traffic issues fixed with their servers so people can actually watch the shows that they're paying to watch. Which that's a whole another thing of news to talk
a
about.
whole other can of worms.
Yeah, I'll just dive into that briefly. That's something that is a pet peeve of mine when I'm paying for a service and they can't handle the amount of traffic they're getting. I know it's not their fault, or well, to a certain extent, it is their fault, and it isn't because they can't predict the exact amount of traffic they're going to get, but they should be able to realize that they've got some massive shows coming out and that they should be ready to handle the traffic that they were going to get, but they weren't able to. And I wasn't able to watch all my shows that I wanted to, which it's whatever. I can always catch up this week, so it's not a huge deal. But anyways, Siren,
Yeah, Siren.
I enjoyed it. Um, I mean, it was I didn't have any high hopes for the show, but it was just a slice of life. 3 or 4 episodes per arc in the show of just a guy showing how his relationship with a girl develops. It's simple, straightforward, and enjoyable. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think I was expecting just maybe just a little bit too much of it. I thought it was gonna like break away from that common frame as most high school romance animes tend to, have.
Right.
It kind of almost in a way kind of tried pushing away, but was still kind of, just a little bit struggling to take that once take a few steps outside of that circle. But
Right.
I think it was interesting what they did.
Yeah.
I enjoy the second arc more than I did with the first one.
See, I still enjoyed the first arc the most. I just thought like his awkward exchanges with the first girl were just I found them hilarious and extremely realistic. I just thought they were really funny. I did enjoy all of the arcs though. I thought they were all quite good.
Don't spoil the third one for me. I want
I
to see how
won't.
that one's gonna play out.
No, it's good as well. Um, Definitely enjoyable show. I'd I'd recommend it for just kind of a slice of life romance type of a show. It's good. I had no complaints about that one. Um, and then I'm still watching Dragon Ball Super every week. That one's that one's enjoyable to me at least. I really like it. I know I've mentioned this before on the podcast. Um, but I didn't jump in until the Future Trunks saga, so there's a few hints here and there that I'm missing every now and again, but they're just the last couple episodes they finally started getting into the new arc. Um, that's going to be about this tournament of power, and There's all these different universes that are going to be fighting in that. And then the winner of it doesn't get their universe destroyed, but the rest of the universes that lose their universes are going to be wiped out. Which,
Hmm.
yeah, it seems like it's going to be an interesting story, especially like the concept of the tournament. There's like 10 people or 10 fighters per team, and it's just a giant battle royal style.
Yeah.
And then it's just like old tournament rules in Dragon Ball, or where if you get knocked out of the ring, you're out. That's it. So it's
Hmm.
definitely interesting. The last couple, or the last two episodes, believe it's two now. Goku's just been recruiting people. So far on the team, it's Goku, Gohan, Majin Buu, Krillin, Android 18, and I think that's it. I don't know if they've said if Vegeta has given a final answer if he's going to fight in it or not. I mean, it's Vegeta. I'm assuming he's going to. So that still leaves a couple spots open. The next episode, they're going to be looking for Android 17 to join the team, which is interesting because I don't remember Android 17 surviving the Cell Saga. I'd have to rewatch it. It's been a very long time. So that seems like something that Toriyama forgot and just threw in here again, which he tends to do. Like, because you've watched Dragon Ball Z, right, Christian?
Yeah, I have.
Do you remember if Android 17 survived the Cell Saga? I don't think he did. I think it was just 18, but I could be
Yeah,
completely wrong.
I think this is what I think here's the mistake they kind of forgot to do because 18 was inside Cell's body.
Well, so was
So
17, but I just
no, I think he was stuck in there. So I think they blew up Cell while 17 was still in Cell's body.
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, for years like, oh, okay, so you save 18, but you're not gonna save 17, so they can perish with Cell with the Spirit Bomb. I think that's what they did. So no one was really doing a lot of thinking.
That's what I thought. See, and I could be completely wrong. That's why I'm
So
looking
what?
up right now as we're talking about it. I was pretty sure he died though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like they probably he was still in the body. It got blown up with Cell,
Right, that's what I thought. Like,
and then and no one went. Oops, I think we forgot to get him out of Cell. Like, oh
hold on,
well.
maybe not, because hold on, let me read it here. All evidence of Android 17 is destroyed along with Cell's initial body when Cell detonates himself as the last effort to emerge victorious in the Cell games. Okay. However,
I was right.
17's life is restored after the Z fighters use the Dragon Balls to revive those who die as a result of Cell's campaign. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Because they did have to resurrect people at the end. So, yeah, that's when Krillin removed the self destruct device within 17 and 18's bodies. Okay. And then apparently now Android 17 is a park ranger in Dragon Ball Super, and they're going to be getting to that in the next episode.
No fucking way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
um,
the
yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so he did die, but then they brought him back. Okay, that makes more sense now, because that's what I thought had happened in Dragon Ball Z. But um, I know there seemed to be some controversy with Dragon Ball Super with the animation, I guess early on in the process of it. But honestly, with what I've watched in the last, I guess like I've watched like when was the Future Trunks? Around episode 50 or so, I believe. Let me take a look here real quick. I'm pretty sure it's like around episode 50 or 60. Uh, yeah, it was like episode 50 something. 50 actually, or 40 something. Yeah, it's like episode 47, 48 around there. So I've been watching. Good God, I've watched 40 episodes of Dragon Ball Super now.
Phew, shit.
Yeah. So that's and I haven't noticed too many animation problems at all. So maybe that they cleaned that up with the production of it now, but the show feels a little bit more like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z mixed together because it definitely has more comedy than Dragon Ball Z did. Dragon Ball Z was super serious most of the time.
I think last year you told me this. You said if you're expecting Dragon Ball Z from Super, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. You should be
My
expecting.
servants never die.
What was that?
I remember when I know you said it, but
No, no, there's just
I,
some
I
weird audio thing that just played on my computer. I don't know what it was. It was
oh,
something
okay,
from.
okay. I thought we were talking about the show.
No, 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 no. Something. A diva line from Overwatch just played for some reason. I have no idea why. Weird. Anyways, yeah, if you're expecting Dragon Ball Z, you're gonna be disappointed to some degree because it's not Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball Super. It's got more comedy in it than Dragon Ball Z did, but I enjoy it. Um, for I mean, I've watched 40 episodes now, so if I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't be watching it still. I think it's pretty good. It reminds me of my childhood to a certain extent. I mean, this is one of the original shows that got me into anime was Dragon Ball Z, so it's always fun to watch it and see the characters popping back up, like especially seeing Gohan more in this new arc because he really hasn't been in the show almost at all up until the last I think 8 or 9 episodes, which is pretty neat. But I think that's about all we watched this season. We didn't watch too many shows in the spring. Uh,
Yeah, and oh, you forgot our favorite one,
which one?
Gabriel Dropout.
Oh yes, Gabriel Dropout. Oh, how could I forget about it? It was so funny, so funny. Did you finish that one? Please say you did.
No, I explained why I didn't.
Oh, so okay. So you had issues with that as well. That
Hmm.
sucks. Um, that one is just hilarious. Like that perfect slice of life comedy. Like it really doesn't get much better than that. Just the interactions between the devils and the angels in it, um, and just the comedy in it is just absolutely perfect. What was the last episode that you saw of it?
When they went back to their own worlds,
Oh,
so
back to
you
heaven
see,
and hell.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I love those episodes. Especially with the purple demon's dog, and then what was her name? Satanya's her little familiar.
yeah,
That was so pathetic. Or when Satanya went back to her family and they're eating at dinner and they're saying all
yeah,
these things, and then her little brother's like, "Yeah, that's none of this." Like when they're
no,
ringing the bell for a butler,
yeah,
and he's like, "We don't have a butler." And then when they're saying we're drinking the blood of humans, and he's just like, it's tomato juice." And they're actually just owning a. And from what it looked like they were in a gigantic house from
Mhm.
in like a giant storm and everything. Like lightning was crashing around about. It was how the show projected it at first, and then they're letting all these little details out. The little brother's shutting them down on all these things. Um, they're just a bakery. That's all they
Yeah,
are. It's just hilarious how disillusioned Satanya is. How she's saying she's conquering the school and all of this. Oh, it's hilarious. That show, I that's the show that was my favorite from the season overall. Easily my favorite. It was absolutely hilarious. Um, and it just wasn't a show I even had any expectations for again as well because I didn't have there's nothing that was really hyped up this winter season, so I didn't really have any expectations for just about any of the shows I watched. But that one,
right.
I think that was like the brightest star out of all of them. It was fantastic, absolutely hilarious. A show I honestly would probably watch it again. It was that funny. I don't know about you, Christian. I'd probably watch it again at some point. If I have
Yeah,
time, I would
same.
like to. Just because I thought it was hilarious, I'd like to catch the jokes.
There were a lot of funny things. No, it's gotta be the door kicking scene. That was the funniest
Oh my
ever.
gosh, the door kicking scene was great. And also when they go to the beach, the watermelon splitting one, where they have Satanya buried in the sand, and then Gabriel just smacks her right in the head with the stick.
God damn, that was
Where,
brutal.
yeah. Oh, such a good show. Yeah, that was the best. I would 100%. Um, if you like just uh, weeaboo trash hilarious shows, watch that one. That one's perfect for you. It's a great show. Just excellent. I can't believe I almost forgot about that show. Okay, but that was all we watched, I believe.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of that one. Um,
No, I had to.
right. I'm super looking forward to this next season. Um, I don't want to get into it on this episode. The next episode we do, we'll definitely have to talk about what we're going to be watching for the spring. But there's so many good shows coming out. I cannot wait. Some of them have started already, and there's more coming this week and next week that are going to be starting as well. So, uh, this episode, like I said previously, this one's going to air here April 10th. So look out for our next episode on the 24th. I think at that point we'll be 2 or 3 episodes in on this season, or we should be with most shows. So we'll definitely have some stuff to talk about that, and any news that pops up between then and now we'll be going over. But
Hmm.
if you've enjoyed what you've heard, definitely give us a like on our YouTube, YouTube / the Ohio Guys, and subscribe if you want to see more content from us. Hit the little bell next to the subscribe button as well to get notifications of when stuff's popping up for us. Um, YouTube has been on a tear with just unsubscribing people the last month or two. They've added this new little bell feature in to get to notify people, and uh, if you don't go to a channel in a certain amount of time, it just automatically unsubs you, which I'm not a fan of because personally I have channels I don't go to for a while, and then I randomly am like, oh hey, I want to go back to that channel, and then I go through my channels, and then it's eventually it just might not be there now, which would suck. But do that. We're going to be starting popping up on some podcast networks and different sites here soon. We just went on SoundCloud today, April 3rd, or is today the 4th? The 3rd. We just uploaded. I just uploaded our first episode and our bonus episode on SoundCloud. Probably just gonna put the main episodes up on there. Um, Hopefully, we're gonna be on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play here soon. That's what I'm gonna be looking into doing. We'll definitely be on Podbean and should be on Stitcher because that one's pretty easy to get onto. So is iTunes. I don't know how difficult it is to get on Google Play, but I'm going to be looking into that as well. But like I said, give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell. Um, and other than that, uh, thank you for listening. I'm Jared,
I'm Christian.
and we'll catch you next time.